I don't know him, I told them. I said, I don't know him. I never knew him. And then I heard it. The rooster's second crow. It was exactly as he had predicted. At that moment, I willed myself to lift my head above the ambivalent, awkward faces around me. Their suspicious, conspicuous stares looking through the haze of the flickering flames. Beyond the courtyard gates, my eyes met his gaze, the same understanding, all-knowing gaze that met me 3 years ago on those small shores of Galilee. That penetrating gaze that saw right through me and laid before me. The call. Come, follow me, and I will make you fisher of men. The christening. Your name is Simon, but from now on you shall be called Peter, the rock. And then later, a covenant. Upon you, my rock, I will build my kingdom, my church. The man who taught me everything I come to know, my best friend. As he stood there being beaten and mocked, his tormentors heaping insults upon accusations. That same understanding, all-knowing, penetrating gaze met my eyes once more and offered me simply forgiveness. My heart sank like a rock into the seabed of my stomach. I buried my face in my hands and wept. And yet I couldn't help it. He warned me of that threefold denial, and yet I couldn't help my sorry self. I still somehow managed to allow it to happen. It was almost as if the whole night had been leading up to that moment. A night stoked with such uncertainty and confusion, doubt, denial, fear. Most of all, disappointment. To him it seemed I had been a failure all along. It didn't matter that I had gone out obediently running around all day, all around town to prepare the meal, just as he'd asked. I'd come back to see Judas, of all people, that traitor, eating by his side. And then later that night, as he went out to pray in the garden, one simple request: keep watch. I knew how important that was to him. Yet again, unequivocal failure was all I could manage. But there were 3 of us he took with him. We, all 3 of us failed. Why did he rebuke only me? And then the last straw, when the temple guard stole into the garden to arrest him. Against the militia, 200 armed men, I alone among the 12 had the courage to act in his defense. And yet again, he scolds me. Disillusion. Dejection. Despair. I thought I was supposed to be his closest friend. I was supposed to be his closest friend. And yet, why did I always seem to be such a failure? I was his closest friend, but that night I felt so alone. I thought I had it bad. Little did I know how much worse it would be.